Welcome back. Thank you very much. And now we're going into strategic marketing plan. So we've covered a lot so far, so thank you for hanging with us. Strategic marketing is all about if you have one strategy, your business is really at risk. So we need to look at having multiple strategies in your business and putting together your multiple strategy plans, okay? What does that look like? Well, it looks something like this. You got 10 different strategies with 10 different strategies with no more than 10% of your revenue coming from any single strategy. If you have more than 10% of your revenue coming from a single strategy, if that strategy fails, your business is at risk. Okay, so what could that look like? That could look like you got 10 different strategies. It could be networking, strategic website, it could be email marketing, it could be internet marketing, lots of different strategies. I've got over 70 strategies that you could be utilizing. Give us a call, let's figure it out, and then each one of those strategies should have multiple different ways to engage that strategy. So this is called your strategic or your 10 by 10 marketing plan. This takes some time to put together, but after you put that together, you can start implementing it one at a time. You don't try to do all 10 strategies at the same time. You pick a couple of them, implement them, test and measure, make sure you're getting your ROI, and then add on the next one. Okay? I recommend you have about 20 strategies all together. And then you got 10 running at any specific time. If one of them is not making the money, you throw it away and you bring on the next one. Test and measure, 3 months. One's not making money, throw it away and bring on the next one. Make sense? That is your strategic marketing plan. Now your tactical marketing plan, this is your strategy. What do we actually go do? Okay, so what do we need to do? This is a template that give us a call. We'll be happy to send you the template. But it's the who, what, why, how, where, investment, and outcome. And you have your different activities. And activities, these get plugged into your calendar so it actually happens. Make sense? Okay, so what does that look like? So who is your target customer? Make a list of them. Okay, so you can plug them into your activities. You got a list of your target market, plug them into your activity. Now we know our who. And then what specifically are we going to offer them? Okay, and it's not from your perspective, it's from their perspective. Okay, so what are you going to offer them? You're not going to offer them a drill, you're going to offer them a hole in the wall. What does your product or service do for them? Okay, it's about what's in it for them. Remember the sales training? It's what's in it for them. So the what is not, it's from their perspective, not yours, okay? What are you going to offer them? Are you going to make them more money? Are you going to make them save more time? What specifically are you going to offer them, okay? And then why? This is your unique selling proposition. Remember your USP that we developed before? Okay, this is where you incorporate your unique selling proposition into the marketing plan. Why they would buy from you versus anybody else on the planet, okay? And then how are you going to get them to offer? This is back to your strategic marketing plan. Are you going to email them? Are you going to drive by? Are you going to send them a video? What is the strategy on how you're going to reach that target market with your offer? Make sense? And then it's when. Now this specifically when you're going to do it. So you actually pull out your calendar and you block off time for when you're going to do this. Or if you've got a marketing manager, when specifically are they going to do it? Everything needs to be calendared. Remember the calendaring system, your time management? Everything needs to be put into a schedule. Now that schedule can vary and can be moved around because stuff does happen. But if you don't have it scheduled, it will probably be 6 months before you're like, oh yeah, remember when we were going to do that? Utilize the calendaring system that we talked about in the past. These are all puzzle pieces that start fitting together, okay? So, your calendar system, remember that? We looked at that. So you start plugging into your marketing plan review, you develop your tactical marketing plan, and you put your specific tasks in there. You review your marketing plan, you review the results at the end of the week, and you update it for the next week, okay? This is how the calendar, your tactical marketing marketing and your strategic marketing all are puzzle pieces that fit together to get your revenue up to where it needs to be. Okay? So then you analyze your investment, what it's going to cost you, and what are your outcome, what are the results of that activity. Now, this is marketing, okay? So marketing is not a sale. Marketing is an engagement. So if you're doing something that requires face-to-face interaction or a meeting or a phone call, the marketing is to set the meeting, not to close the sale. That's what the sales is for. Okay? So marketing is all about, if you're an e-commerce business, it's getting someone to your website. Conversion rate is getting them from the website to the shopping cart and out. Okay? Marketing, getting them there, getting them into your store. If you've got a brick and mortar, it's getting them into your store. They're walking by. Marketing is about getting them to come in. Sales is about talking to them and getting them to the cash register. Big difference between marketing and sales, okay? Well, if you sell when you're supposed to be marketing, you lose. If you market when you're supposed to be selling, you lose. Okay? So make sure your sales process is defined, as we talked about in delivery, with documenting your sales process. Okay? So now we've got the marketing going, we've got our strategies. How do we write good ads? We're going to go right into how do we write good ads, okay? There's 3 parts of any marketing campaign, and that is, number 1, we talked about this before, we're going to talk about it again. Your target market on a scale of 1 to 10, that is the most important thing. Second most important thing is your offer, and the third most important thing is your copy. So the copy is the least important. Most people focus on the copy and the offer and don't even think about the target. The target's the most important because that'll drive the offer and the copy, how you get them there. Target market, always, always, always most important. And then it's about attention, interest, desire, and call to action. This is called IATA. If something doesn't get somebody's attention, everything else is a waste of time. It must create interest, it must create a desire, and a strong call to action. Okay? On a scale from 1 to 10, if it's not getting somebody's attention, keep working on it until it gets to an 8 or above. Interest. Does it create interest in your desired target market? Is there a desire to take action? And then there's a strong call to action. This is critical for any marketing campaign. Attention, interest, desire, call to action. Evaluate everything you do from a marketing perspective on that criteria. Attention, it's your headline, it's your big thing. It's what gets their attention. Okay? Don't put your own name in it. Okay, first of all, nobody cares about your name until they're ready to buy. Put the word you in it because it's about them. It's what's in it for them. Open a loop. A loop is where you have to keep reading to get more information. Example, 7 out of 10 dentists recommend this. That's a loop where you have to keep on reading to get the answer. Or you have to keep on listening to get the answer. Or you have to pay attention to get the answer. Qualify the right readers. 7 out of 10 dentists recommend this for children between the ages of 7 and 10. If you've got kids between 7 and 10, you're going to do it. What are the benefits? It reduces cavities by 90%. And this should be 20 to 25% of the ad, the banner, the website, whatever doing. This is getting their attention. If you don't get their attention, nothing else matters. Some starters could be how you can. Here's why. 7 reasons why. 7 out of 10. You've probably seen some of these. The reason you see these, they work. Okay? So here's some examples. Develop your headlines. Make sure on a scale 1 to 10, they're an 8 or higher to get somebody's attention. Okay? Layout and pictures. If you're using a picture, okay, you want to be in the upper right-hand side. Even though people read left to right, their eyes, most people are right-handed, their eyes go to the right corner, and then they come back and read. Okay? So that upper right-hand corner is the most valuable space. If you're using a photo, use the top upper third of the body, the head and shoulders of the person, and make sure you put a caption at the bottom. Stay off the left side, stay out of the gutter of a magazine paper. If you're doing multiple websites, make sure it's not in between the fold in a website. Headlines at the top, name and contact information at the bottom. No, like I said, nobody cares about you until they're ready to buy. Have that information at the bottom where they can engage. Attention, interest, desire, call to action, contact me here. If you're doing a small ad, print ad or something, do something to make it stand out. Flashing or a bordered or a bulleted border or dash borders. Interest. This is all about words, fonts, and layout, okay? It must be from a what's in it for me perspective. This is critical. It's not from your point of view, it's from theirs. Put yourself in their shoes, and that's the way you need to develop this. If you're using paper, it should be Times Roman or sans serif font. If you're using a computer screen, it should be a serif font. Excuse me, a sans serif font on computer screens, serif. So you want the little feet on paper, no little feet on computer screens. It makes it hard to read. On the computer, on paper, the lines at the bottom make it easier to read. No italics, caps, or underlines. It makes anything more than a paragraph difficult to read. If you're using a sentence or using things, that's okay, but if it's in a paragraph copy, don't use them. Use columns, short paragraphs. Make it easy to read if you have anything more than a couple paragraphs. If you have a photo, make sure you put in a caption underneath of what it is. Otherwise, I've seen people sit there and say, oh, what's that picture about? What is that? And they forget what the ad is all about. So make sure you're using a picture, use a caption, tell them what it's about so they don't get stuck on that. Desire. This is a sizzling offer, okay? Testimonials, benefits. Why should they get excited about your product or service? And then a strong, strong, strong call to action. I see so many things that have no call to action. That's why waste your money. You're not telling them what to do. You need to tell them what to do. Click here to buy. Call this number. Visit this website today. Special on the site. Click here. Try making a coupon. Order today, get X%. Sales made easy. That's the next segment, and we'll be going into that in a little bit.